What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with a post-game recap as the Lakers defeat the Miami Heat 95-80 for our seventh straight victory. Let's go. Seventh straight victory, guys. Locking up. Still the number one defense in the league. Still balling out, man. 7-1 record. You got to love it. Look, we struggled a little bit in the first half, but once again, championship team showing our championship pedigree by figuring out this team zone. And in the second half, we made the adjustments. We attacked the paint, and the rest was history. But it's so beautiful to watch. The Lakers just figure it out game after game. The coaching staff being able to figure it out, as well as the players on the floor. Amazing, guys. You got to love it. Laker Nation, we have arrived. It's official. Look, we made the Heat look like they were irrelevant. And yes, I get it. They're coming off of a back-to-back, but that's no excuse. We still held them to only 80 points. That's an NBA team that's balling, guys. She said, we're going for a 10 straight. Absolutely. You called it, Ashley. I believe you. I always have. But I'm telling you, the Lakers are legit, guys. They make the proper adjustments at the half. We can turn it. We're so powerful and potent that even though Kyle Kuzma struggled, KCP was really bad. Once again, people trying to put him back in jail. That's how bad it's been. Even though all this stuff is going on, the Lakers still figuring out ways to win. And, of course, our two leaders, Anthony Davis and LeBron, combining for 51 points. AD, again, sensational, man. He almost didn't miss today. LeBron James, again, what a floor general, what a beast. Just killing it, man. Truly looking like one of the GOATs. I'm telling you guys, this team is primed for greatness. And think about this. Kuzma's still struggling. He still hasn't found his way. I thought after last game he would kind of find his footing, but he really struggled. This game, he was, I think, like 1 for 8 from beyond the arc. That's tough. But you know what? What I like about him, he stays aggressive. I would like him to attack the rack a little bit more. He was a little passive. Partially could be because he's still tentative with his foot and all that. But I would like him just to, have a better shot selection and finish in the paint, right? But all in all, man, Frank Vogel has been sensational, made the proper adjustments. JaVale McGee was nice today. He almost had a double-double. I think he had 9 points, 10 rebounds. I mean, got to give credit where credit is due. This team is so good, man, that even when everybody struggles except for our two superstars, we still win. Think about it. Other than LeBron James and Anthony Davis, nobody else on our team scored double digits. Nobody. JaVale McGee, 9 points. 9 points, Avery Bradley. 4 points, Danny Green. 7 for Kuz. 6 for Caruso. By the way, Caruso was sensational off the bench. He just changes the pace, the flow of the game. He has great basketball IQ. His dunks, his highlights. I mean, he gets the team involved. Avery Bradley on the defensive end makes a night and day difference, man. The fact that he was here in this game, he just clamped up. I mean, every time he was on the floor, even though he got in foul trouble early, they really couldn't do much offensively. He disrupts their rhythm, gets in the passing lanes, pokes the ball free. He just takes away all their space. They don't have room to operate. Guys are giving up the ball quick because Avery Bradley's all over them. But yes, KCP has been playing horrible through 8 games. He really hasn't showed up but maybe 1 game. And through all of that, I feel like every time he comes into the floor, every time they put him in the game, we kind of start falling off a little bit. I don't know if it's the fact that he's really messing up the flow, the rhythm of the game, or what. But I mean, this man at one point blew a wide open layup. He should have attacked with aggression, and it kind of stinks. But I know people saying trade him, cut him. I just don't see that happening. Yes, it would be ideal if we got another piece for him in return. But honestly, like, the best thing that can happen is if coach just gets upset and buries him at the end of the bench until he proves himself once again. Because, man, this whole season has been a dud for KCP. I mean, he ended off the season really well, but unfortunately, Christmas said, "Come get your boy Kuz." No, he had a bad game for sure, and he still doesn't look like himself. But come on, let's give him some time. He's gonna get better. I mean, he shows flashes here and there of cutting well and all that, but he just needs to be more aggressive and taking it to the hole, and then let the game come to him, because sometimes he's rushing stuff. That's the only thing I can say about Kyle Kuzma. But remember, he's coming off of an injury, so let's be patient with him. He's going to pay dividends. Trust. I've been watching him his whole career, and he's just spectacular. KCP's playing some solid D, but he still gets burnt a lot. He still over-gambles sometimes. But, man, it's been tough. Hey, Joshua, thanks for the donation, brother. He said KCP, man. Yeah, he's been nothing short of despicable this whole season offensively. Defensively, he's been okay, but it still doesn't make up for some of these plays. Just look like glitches, man. They look like glitches, like he's stuck in like a trance or something. I don't know. But maybe he's just not made. I'm starting to think that KCP is not made for the limelight. Unfortunately, some players aren't. I mean, you guys remember Smush Parker, right? That was the last time we had a horrible tragedy. Kwame Brown. I mean, Kwame Brown wasn't good his whole career, but some players just they come here to LA and they try to do too much, and it's unfortunate. KCP seems like that type. He's trying to do more than what his game truly is. Jameson, thank you, bro. He said, Dan, how about the Lakers championship winning defense, putting teams on lockdown? I love it. I love it. This is why we've won 7 in a row. The one thing that has been consistent, it hasn't been the offense, because every game somebody else shows up on offense. But it's been the defense. That's been efficient, man. We can put on the clamps on teams, turn up the intensity, and it's a wrap. Game over as soon as we do that. Hey, thanks so much, bro. I appreciate it. He said LeBron James seems committed to getting his points in the fourth. It doesn't matter when he gets his points. To me, he's controlling the rhythm of the game, the tempo. He's doing a much better job of getting teammates involved in the first half and then trying to take over in the second half. But today he started off a little bit more aggressive in the first quarter, and we got off to a good start. And then, of course, when they did the substitutions, that's when KCP and Kuzma kind of they came in and they couldn't throw the ball in the lake, So it'll happen. Different people will struggle on different nights, but everybody else has to pick it up. Again, Kuzma struggled tonight. KCP struggled. Caruso didn't. He played exceptionally well on both ends, especially on defense, man. He's really impressing me with his defense. And then JaVale McGee was actually very solid today, as well as Dwight. Dwight always brings the energy, but that's all we need. That's how deep this team is. Again, like I mentioned, looking at the stat sheet, the only ones that were up in double digits were LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Everybody else was in single digits. Now, that's going to have to come up as the season progresses, right? These guys are going to have to contribute more offensively. But there's no problem because we held the Miami Heat, who's a high-potent offense, to 80 points. So even though they tried their little gimmicky, zone defense, that didn't work. We truly adjusted, and that's what championships teams do. You have to adjust at some point. You have to make sure you make the proper adjustments, right? So that's what's the most impressive, is that every game has been like a different puzzle. Teams have thrown different things at us and try to see how they can stop us, because we're a juggernaut with Anthony Davis and LeBron and Kuz when he comes along. So they haven't had an answer for any of those guys because we've made the adjustments. And again, that's veteran leadership, that's superstar leadership, and great coaching as well. You have to be excited, guys. Again, we struggled, but we came out on top once again. Dan, did you hear the boost for KCP? Yeah, unfortunately. He's going to start getting those because Staples Center, they're educated fans. They expect a lot more from him. So social media as well, everybody knows how everybody feels about KCP at this point. Joshua J, thank you, brother. He said, if Iggy comes, KCP will lose his minutes. As he should. Officially, I would have gave his minutes to the rookie, Zach Norvell. He balled out. He outplayed a lot of guards in preseason. So, I mean, if this continues, I haven't really been keeping up with Zach. I don't know if the G League season's even started or whatnot. But if this continues, man, and if Zach starts balling out down there in the G League, they're going to have to bring him up. Now, everybody that's ragging on Kuzma, man, y'all have to learn patience. Seriously. We're winning games. You should not be complaining about a thing because it doesn't matter as long as we win. Different guys will struggle, and we're so deep that different guys will step up any given night. Any given night. Hey, Gilbert, thank you so much, Vega. He said KCP plays his best when he's the best player on the floor. KCP, I don't know what's wrong with him. Again, I think it's a mental thing with him, man. I mean, he's blowing layups at this point. Once you start blowing layups like that, and he's hesitant. Every time he makes a move, you can tell he's thinking about it too much. He's not playing. He's not letting the game flow to him, right? So it's tough, man. At the end of the day, the game has to flow to him, just like Kuzma. Kuzma's rushing it right now, but except Kuzma's not tentative. Kuzma doesn't hesitate. That's the only difference. That's why I like Kuz. If KCP just didn't hesitate the other night, when he didn't hesitate, he dropped 14 off the bench. Tonight he hesitated again, turns the ball over when he puts it on the floor because he's thinking too much. Just struggling. Mentally, to me, KCP's mentally weak, and that's tough, man. You can't be mentally weak to play in such a great platform like it is in Staples Center, where the bright lights are just shining straight on you, not even on the crowd. So you have to come ready to play. Staples Center and the Garden are probably two of the toughest places to play if you're a timid person or player. So they have to make sure they come with the right attitude, right personality, and come like Caruso, man. He always brings this game face, and he's always running down the lane, just dunking on people. You got to love Alex Caruso, man. So underrated. Great playmaker, shot taker and maker, high basketball IQ on both ends of the floor. He also plays defense. and he's a high flyer as well, man. I love it. I love it. He said basketball is natural. You have to have fun out there. Facts. That's another good thing. He's not having fun. He's very stiff, man. He's like Kawhi Leonard stiff. Mine is a skill, though. That's how KCP is right now. Dan, I'd like to know your thoughts on load management for Kawhi. Just got the Clippers fined. I mean, that's up to them. That's their problem. I don't care what the Clippers do, honestly. I think it's weak load management unless you actually like feeling sore and stuff and you feel like your body's breaking down. Like Kawhi's not even old. LeBron is older and he doesn't even do load management. So I think it's a mentally weak thing. But then again, I'm an old head. I'm old school, right? I grew up watching 90s basketball, like mid 90s to late 90s basketball, early 2000s, where it was still tough. I don't know. I think it's soft, but to each his own. I mean, if that's what they want to do, they want to fall out of the playoffs, keep load managing. Hey, thanks. I appreciate you, Sneed. Thank you, brother. He said, do you think LeBron should take the next game off? No. We're going up against the Toronto Raptors, and we're going to need him for sure. We're going to need him, absolutely. I don't think he should take the next game off unless he's not feeling physically healthy and or his body's feeling like wear and tear. Then okay, then take the night off. But I'm sure they know when to take nights off and all that. Bottom line is, guys, the Lakers are winning, and they're doing it, I won't say effortless because it's great defense they're playing, but I'm very proud, guys, to wave this flag every night because the Lakers are just, man, they're playing championship brand basketball, especially on the defensive end. Like I said, the one consistent for the Lakers has been the defense, guys. The defense, and you have to praise that. When was the last time that we could say that the Lakers were the best defensive team in the NBA? Think about it. We probably won a championship the last time we said that. So you gotta love it. You gotta love it. And the offense will come. Guys like Kuz, guys like Quinn Cook, those guys will start picking it up as the season progresses. Trust me, two types of player in this league. The types that just start off like they're efficient throughout the season and consistent. They don't have off days. Those are the superstars. They'll have maybe 1, 2, 3 bad games a year. Superstars. And there's the all-stars. Those guys will have like 3 good games and then maybe 1 subpar game and a bad one every now and then. Those are the all-stars. Then there's the starters, right? The consistent starters. They won't have any great games, but they'll be efficient enough and they'll contribute enough to be able to win games. The Danny Green types, the JaVale McGee's, the Dwights. Then you have the role players, right? Which they can be role players as well as starters, but in general, the role players, I'm talking, guys like Dwight Howard, Kuz, Quinn Cook, guys like that. Now, the role players, they need to find their role within the team. That's why they're called role players. Once they find their role, remember, this is a different role for Kuz. He went from starting last season for the most part to now he's coming off the bench potentially. So he has to adapt to that. And he went from, playing a lot of ISO ball to now you got to move the rock and move your body. He has to adapt to that as well. You notice he's not holding the ball a lot. And he gets antsy. When he does have the ball, he almost feels like, I haven't touched it for a minute. Let me go and shoot this and get my average up. But as the season progresses and the game comes to him, he'll get buckets, but in a more fluid, within the offense type of way, right? But all in all, guys, the chemistry continues to flow. All right, T, have a good one. The chemistry continues to flow. I love watching Dwight Howard and JaVale cheer for each other, guys. That's priceless because where most teams, they're fighting for minutes and stuff like that. These guys don't care. They just want to help the team win. And that's what you need, man. It's selfless. And that's what's contributing to the chemistry and the great defense and the great team ball movement. Have you seen some of these passes, man? We barely touch the ball when we're moving it already. And you get some really good buckets when you play like that. Very similar to like when LeBron was coming down the lane, pass it to Danny Green. Danny Green dished it off to Anthony Davis for the dunk. Stuff like that, man. Like Danny Green could have easily attacked the rack, but he's being selfless and he's getting the higher efficiency shot. But all in all, guys, I'm very excited for this season. I'm telling you, the Lakers, they're headed to the top, man. I don't see nobody stopping us. Toronto will be another good test. But since we passed this one tonight, very confident we can pass the Toronto test as well. And since there's some home cooking going to be going down, I can't wait for that game. That should be fun. But if you guys have any questions before I get up, because I do work early tomorrow, I'll go ahead and take them now. How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling about the Lakers? Are you guys as sold as I am about the championship coming to LA? You guys sold like me? Or you guys feel like we still got work to do? You guys feel like the bench needs an improvement? I mean, talk to me, Laker Nation. What's going on? He said this game was disappointing. I don't see how, unless you're a Heat fan. The Lakers win is never disappointing. I don't care if it's an ugly. I don't care if it's an ugly victory. Championship teams find ways to win, man. If you're not enjoying it, I have to question your Laker fandom. How is it disappointing? We won by what, 15 points? Come on, man. Yes, it was sloppy, but some games are going to be like that. Not every night can be pretty. Not every painting is Picasso, right? Sometimes it's going to be sloppy, guys. It doesn't matter how we win as long as we're winning. You can't beggars can't be choosers. You can't beg for wins and then when you get the wins, like, oh well, it wasn't the type of win I wanted. Come on now. Dan, Kyle Lowry and Serge Ibaka is hurt and out. Oh, that's tough. Now I wanted to face a healthy team, but that's tough, man. Speedy recovery. Vogel is the man. Absolutely. He has turned his team into a defensive juggernaut. But let's not forget to give credit to Rob Pelinka, who's also gave him the personnel that you need. Because a coach can only be as successful as his players, right? But they both need each other, that's for sure. I am a Thunder fan, and I think you guys have a chance to win it all. Hey, shout out to you, brother. I appreciate the realness from other fan bases that show love like that, man. Truly respect, brother. And by the way, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that was a great trade for you guys, man, because that kid is the future. So shout out to you guys, and hopefully y'all keep building, man. He said Kyle Lowry scared of LeBron and Ibaka scared of AD. They should all be scared. I'm telling you right now, the whole league is on notice. We're truly dominating on both ends of the floor right now, and the offense still has a ways to go, right? But once that comes together, man, that's gonna be truly spectacular. True Hoop Junkie, thanks for the donation, bro. He said we look so good so far, Dan. Looks like championship season. Absolutely. I don't care if it looked like chocolate chip season. We're gonna win either way, man. I can't wait. I truly, guys, every game is just continues to build the confidence of this roster. Are you starting to see that? I mean, we already know what the identity is. It's a defensive-minded team that just plays high efficiency half-court basketball. We don't get a lot of fast break opportunities except when we get stops. But in general, our chemistry continues to grow. He said, Dan, our chemistry is crazy good already. And we still got Rondo on the mix. People sleeping on Rondo. Rondo's a true asset. Rondo would have sliced and diced that zone defense, man. He always likes to get in the middle and hit people in the pocket for wide open dunks or wide open shots. Rondo's going to add another element to this team that I can't wait to see how him and AD, him and Dwight, him and JaVale, him and LeBron. I can't wait to see them pick and rolls that Rondo runs. People forget Rondo's a champion, man. And I hate to say it like that because he won it against us, but he is a champion. You got to respect the man's pedigree. He said, keep it real, bro, and go Lakers. Always, always, man. For sure. He said, Dan Kuz looks like he's been drinking KCP juice. Nah, man. I'm not going to throw Kuz under the bus like that. Kuz, what is this, his fourth game? Come on now. Let's give him some time, guys. Let's give him some time. He looked sensational for Team USA. And I'm sure he's going to fit in just right. He's adapting to his new role. He still looks tentative out there. You know, he's not exactly moving as smooth as he normally used to move. So, all right, T, have a great night, T. DTLF, Lakers improved tonight by not falling behind. That's another thing, and I'm glad you brought that point up, bro. The Lakers have done a great job of once they get a lead, not relinquishing it, right? They've done a great job last season, man. Under you know who? I don't want to mention his name. I don't want to start an argument, but you know the Sacramento Kings head coach currently. We would always get a lead, and then boom, we get confident. You know, he doesn't call the timeouts. We lose these leads. This guy, man, Frank Vogel, if they make a little run and we're up by 5, timeout. They make another little run, we're up by 3, timeout. Even when they tied, if the Lakers' effort isn't there, Frank Vogel calls a timeout, makes the proper adjustments, and then the Lakers come energized. They come with a different strategy, different game plan. It's just sensational what the head coach has done. You guys have to truly give him props. His only mistake would be playing KCP too much, but can you blame him? I mean, a lot of coaches, they play players based on their resume, and KCP is known for defense throughout his career. So obviously he's a defensive head coach. But, I mean, if he continues, man, if he continues like this, he's going to – if he continues like this, he's going to eventually – hey, bro, spamming the channel, bro. I'm sorry, man, but you can't be spamming it like that. So no offense, I got to block you. What was I saying? Okay, if KCP continues to play like this, he's going to end up in the doghouse, and he's not going to get no minutes. We got a rookie by the name of Zach Norvell. We got another rookie by the name of Talon Horton, who we still haven't seen what he could do. But I'm sure both of those players, or any of those players, could probably produce more than what KCP's been producing for not even a quarter of what the paycheck is. So, it's tough, man. It's tough. But I'm still cheering for KCP. I feel bad for the guy, man. I know he's a shy, quiet individual, and he probably doesn't fit here in Staples Center. But I don't like to see Lakers fail, especially when we're having such an epic season. The one blemish on our roster, you don't like to see him just fail like that. I wish he could just all of a sudden, boom, something can click, and he could just knock down shots and play his role. But again, we'll see what happens. Dan, the Mavericks lost to the Knicks tonight. Yes, I saw that. And again, the West, we're continuing to create separation from these other teams. So that's what we got to do. Once we get like 10, 20 games over 500, then we can maybe start thinking about resting LeBron versus weaker opponents and stuff like that, or maybe even AD. Although I think AD is not going to want to rest. But anyways, guys, I'm going to cut this one short tonight because I do have to go to work very early in the morning, and I'm feeling kind of tired. So I'm going to let you guys go. But thank you so much for tuning in. Lakers get their 7th straight victory, baby. One more time for the Laker Nation, man. Let's wave this flag. Be proud. Guys, be proud. Say it loud. Laker Nation, we're headed to the top. I can't wait to see how we respond versus the Toronto Raptors. They're still the champions, last I checked, until somebody knocks them off. So that's going to be a good test. And let's see how we do against Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet, Marc Gasol, Serge Ibaka. They got some hoopers over there. So that's going to be another good test. And I'm pretty sure we'll pass as long as we continue to play defense like this. All right, guys. Have a good night. Much love, Laker Nation. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.